Hi guys. If there's one thing that we all aspire, I think that is to pass the licensure exam for teachers. And today, allow me to give you certain tips on how to ace the board exam. Ano? Hayaan niyo akong magbigay ng mga natutunan kong mga techniques kung paano tayo nakapasa noong 1996 sa board exam. So, here are the following tips and I hope you will be with me. The first thing that we have to know about the LET examination is actually, it is a spiral test. And when you say spiral test, it is something like this. So usually a spiral test will start with an easy item, becoming average, then eventually becoming a difficult one. From difficult, it will become average, it will go down to easy, then average, then difficult, then average, then easy, then average, then difficult, then average, easy, average, difficult. By merely looking at this diagram, we'll find out that LET has more easy and average question compared to the difficult ones. Let us count. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 difficult questions, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10 easy and average questions. So in a 15-item spiral test, you can expect that there will be 10 easy and average, and there will only be 5 difficult ones. Now, let's apply it in LET. So therefore, if you encountered a difficult item, and it's taking so much time, then it might be very wise for you to proceed to the next item because it might be an easier one or it might be an average one. So do not stay so much or spend so much time on the difficult ones when you can actually focus on the easier and average item first. Another thing that we have to learn or know about the LET is that the examination is a power test. And the symbol for power test is like similar to the battery charge of a cell phone. Why is it like this? The test will not measure not only your mental capacity but will also measure your physical endurance. So therefore, kailangan wag agad-agad nating uubusin yung energy sa first few items pa lang. You have to compare the licensure exam for teachers to a marathon. In a marathon, the moment the organizer says, ready, get, set, go, you don't have to run so fast immediately. Kailangan, you have to get the feel of it muna. Paiinitin muna natin yung katawan natin before we give all our best. So, applying that to the LET, for the first few items, kailangan hinay-hinay lang. And then, rest a little, then continue, then rest a little, then continue until you finish the entire examination. Hindi pa pwede yung una pa lang, uubusin na yung energy. The licensure exam for teachers is actually composed of 3 parts. For elementary major or general education, you have to take the following: Gen Ed, which includes math, English, Filipino, and all the other subjects, followed by professional education, which includes child and adolescent development, measurement and evaluation, etc., etc. For secondary majors, then they have to stay and take the 120 to 150 questions regarding their area of specialization. And lastly, always remember that the LET is under time pressure, so you must be conscious of your time. I'll start my tips by giving you things that you can do the night before the exam. So on the night before the exam, the following are suggestions on how to ease the tension that you are feeling regarding the upcoming examination the following day. So these are the things that we can do. Now, number 1, do not change your routine. There's actually no need for us to change the routine that our body is accustomed to. So if you're used to sleeping like around 9 o'clock in the evening, there's no need for you to force your body to sleep at 7 because it will actually increase your tension rather than to ease it. So, kung sanay yung body mo mas maaga matulog, tulog ka maaga. Kung sanay ka medyo late, then you have nothing to fear but, continue doing that routine. Number 2, practice positive mental imaging. It means that you have to condition your mind that you are prepared for the examination. Always remember that whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can actually achieve. Number 3, solve family and friend problems before the testing day. Mas maganda kapag nagte-test tayo, wala tayong daladalang sama ng loob sa magulang o sa kaibigan. So if there are certain issues that you are encountering days before the examination, I think you can iron it out so that when the testing date comes, buong-buo na yung feeling mo, ready to fight ka na. Number 4, Talk to your parents about any concerns that you might have about the test. Usually, all it takes is a good heart-to-heart talk with your parents about anything that concerns you about the test. Because, as we say, our parents, they know best. Number 5, put a few number 2 pencils with erasers in your backpack. Lalaban tayo sa gera, so dapat more pencils, even better. The following day, that's gonna be your big day. That's the morning of the test. So number 1, start your day as you always do. So kung saan ka sanay, start your day with your prayers, your exercise, however you want to start your day, just do it. Number 2, eat a good breakfast, but don't drink a large beverage beforehand. So remember, in science, we always say that a full stomach makes the mind dull, meaning nagiging tamad yung utak natin mag-isip pag punong-puno yung ating tiyan. So huwag mag-overeat on that day. And number 2, remember that you don't have to drink a large beverage beforehand, because if you drink so much liquid, the tendency is for you to urinate a lot. So you will take so much time going to the CR, back and forth. So just keep yourself hydrated, but not so much. Okay, number 3, be at the testing center a few minutes earlier than you usually do. You are not the only person who will take the board exam, so expect certain traffic. So it's really good for you to anticipate yung time na magta-travel ka from your place to the testing center. Number 4, know what classroom you are to report to. It is not only the name of the school that you should remember, but also the number or the room number that kung saan ka mag-e-exam. And last but not the least, you have to think positive. You have to start claiming it that this is really the day that really you will make it. Once you enter the room, these are the things that we can do. Number 1, relax. Take this opportunity for you to be able to get to know your seatmate, and by doing so, it will give your body a more relaxed stance and more relaxed attitude toward the exam. Number 2, ask for procedural help when directions allow. Your proctor is there to help you. So kung may mga doubts ka, may mga tanong ka regarding directions, what you can do is to approach your proctor, and your proctor will readily assist you sa mga concerns mo na yan. Number 3, always remember that the LET is based on the curriculum prescribed all over the country. Meaning to say, you have already studied most of the material you will see on the test. During the test, ito na yan, test na tayo. Ano yung mga dapat natin gawin? Number 1, if you do not understand the directions or you are not sure, ask for help. Remember, your proctor is there to help you. Number 2, read the question and all answer choices before marking anything. Hindi porket pwedeng sagot na si letter B, shade mo na agad si B. Sometimes the best answer might be towards the end of the option. So tapusin mong basahin yung STEM at tapusin mong basahin yung mga options before you finally decide on what item or what answer you want to shade. Number 3, do some stretching. You know, when after sitting for several hours, the muscles get sore, the neck gets sore also. So it's very beneficial for us to do some stretching once in a while. And last but not the least, we need sugar in our body. So if you feel like all your energy is getting exhausted, so a little candy will do the trick. Sugar. Okay, here's another tip. Pace yourself, meaning you have to manage your time. How to manage your time? Number 1, answer the easiest question first. You'll hear this everywhere. A lot of your professor will tell you this, na unahin yung sagutan yung mga pinakamadadali. Balikan na lang later on yung mga mahihirap. Number 2, don't spend too much time on any one question. Meaning, do your best and then you have to move on. Sometimes you have this mantra that says, think long, think wrong. And last but not the least, be sure to go back to those questions you skipped. Diba? Huwag nating kakalimutan balikan yung mga nalagpasan nating mga items o yung mga difficult ones na hindi natin nasagot. Kailangan balikan yon para makasiguro tayo wala tayong na-skip na items. Another thing that we can do during the test is the process of elimination. Meaning to say, we have to eliminate the obvious wrong answer. How do you do that? So after you have been through all of the question once, go back and find the questions you skipped. Then look at all the answers, then use your knowledge to eliminate the obvious wrong answer. Meaning to say, if you think that letter A is obviously wrong, then just focus on B, C, and D. If you can eliminate 2 wrong answers, your chance of choosing the right answer is actually greater. There are instances in the test that um, will put us in a situation to simply guess the right answer. Totoo yun, ano? Minsan talagang wala tayong choice, pero manghuhula na lang tayo ng tamang sagot. But when we do guessing, it has to be scientific naman. Hindi pwedeng basta-basta na lang tayo nanguhula. And what are the techniques of guessing? Number one, first thing that we can do is to eliminate the obvious errors. Meaning to say, if you think A and B are wrong, then focus on C and D. Number two, add-man-out system. In the add-man-out system, you can do this especially if the option A, B, C, and D are all statements. Okay, sentences. What you can do, after reading option A, you judge whether the statement is a positive or a negative statement. So if it's a positive statement, then put there plus. Letter B, read the statement and judge whether the statement is positive or negative. Say it's positive. Letter C, read and then judge whether it's a positive or a negative statement. And letter D, you do the same. By doing this, you will find out that one of the statement differs compared to the rest of them. Now, this particular answer or option might be the right answer. So, last tip when it comes to guessing. This is the concept of all of the above or none of the above. If you find an item with an all of the above or none of the above option, always watch out for it because there's a big possibility that that is the right answer. Usually, ang all of the above or none of the above, nilalagay nila yan sa letter D. So, all of the above. Hindi nila lalagay all of the above dyan if they think na hindi yan posible. But, do not be fooled. You will only answer all of the above if all the elements here on top are all same signs, all positive. If A, B, C are all positive, then the answer will definitely be all of the above. If one thing here is negative, if B is negative, you cannot answer all of the above. There will be a right answer here. Okay, and sometimes there are instances wherein one option is none of the above. And normally, they'll put it on letter D also. So, A, B, C, and D. And the answer here will be none of the above. Usually, if you see the none of the above, there's a big possibility that this is the answer. However, before you answer none of the above, make sure that A, B, and C are all negative. If there will be one positive here, then it will never be a none of the above. Okay, another thing that we might encounter in the board exam is a question wherein they'll ask us to arrange a process in its right order. Parang ganito. Like may statement 1, statement 2, statement 3, and statement 4, and you have to arrange it in a proper order. But they'll give you options like A, 1, 2, 3, 4, B, 1, 3, 2, 4, C, 1, 4, 3, 2, or D, 2, 4, 3, 1. If you're not familiar with the process, huwag ka na mag-invento ng sarili mong procedure or process. Just focus on the option. Technique number 1, tignan mo yung madalas maulit sa simula. You will find out that number 1 is madalas siyang maulit. So chances are, the answer here will be either A, B, or C. Then after that, tignan mo yung item na madalas maulit sa dulo. Madalas maulit yung 4. So definitely, it's not anymore tanggal na si C, tanggal na si D, you will only focus on the A and the B. So whichever makes better sense, that will be your answer. We do this, at least here, we can eliminate at least 2 options, and by doing that, we'll have a greater opportunity of finding the right answer. There will be questions there wherein you will be required to read passages. If the test requires you to read passages, and then answer a question about what you read, always remember that you have to read the question first. So bago mo basahin yung story or yung passage, unahin mo nang basahin yung mga tanong. You know, by doing this, you will know what you are looking for as you read. And this will also help you with your testing pace. So thank you guys, and I wish you the best of luck, and start claiming it, and congratulations in advance.